Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to check the Eachine rebranded version of the RadioMaster TX16S radio controller. The Eachine version, which is manufactured by RadioMaster, is almost identical to the RadioMaster TX16S, and in this quick video I'm going to point out the few differences between these two radio controllers. In terms of packaging, the Eachine TX16S comes well protected inside a reusable foam case, which you can use in order to store the radio controller. Along with the radio controller, you're getting the user manual, a USB to USB Type-C cable, which is used for connecting the TX16S to a computer and also for internally charging the batteries, a screen protector, and spare gimbal springs. In addition, the first 300 units of the Eachine TX16S are going to be shipped with the Eachine/RadioMaster R81 FR-SKY D8 radio receiver, and I actually don't know if this offer is still relevant. In terms of specs, just like the RadioMaster TX16S, the Eachine version supports 16 channels, features Hall sensor gimbals, which are using M4 stick ends, features a 480 by 272 pixels, 4.3-inch color IPS LCD touchscreen, a standard JR module bay, which will enable you to use external modules such as the TBS Crossfire, and powered using the balance plug of a 2S battery, or using two 18650 lithium-ion battery cells, which are not included. In addition, a micro SD card, which is preloaded with the relevant OpenTX files, is included, and next to the micro SD card slot, you can find a USB Type-C connector, which is used for internally charging the battery, as the USB Type-C connector on the top is used for connecting the radio controller to a computer, either for transferring the models using the OpenTX companion app or for using the radio controller in flight simulators. The Eachine TX16S is using the same internal 2.4 GHz 4-in-1 multi-protocol transmission module which is used by the RadioMaster version, and the differences between these two radio controllers are mostly cosmetical. The only functional difference is that on the Eachine version, you'll be able to adjust the tension of each gimbal and enable or disable the vertical stick self-centering by adjusting the hex screws which are located next to each gimbal, which is quite convenient and won't require you to take off the back cover in order to do it. You should note, however, that in order to switch between Mode 2, which is currently the only available option, to Mode 1, you will need to disassemble the radio controller, as you will need to move the spring from the right gimbal to the left one. You can see that even after disabling the self-centering option on the left stick, it's not going to feel the same as the right one because the spring is needed, and even if I'm going to try to disable the self-centering option on the right stick, it's not going to work because the spring is still attached. As for the cosmetical differences, which actually after giving it another thought can also be considered functional, on the Eachine version the buttons are bigger and more convenient to use. The scroll wheel button is also bigger, or at least a wider part of it is exposed to the user, which is great, and the 6 buttons that are located on the RadioMaster version on the Eachine version are located over here. In addition, the S1 and S2 potentiometers feel much more firm. On the top side of the radio controller, you can find 2 screw holes for attaching third-party accessories like an FPV screen, and the back cover is secured using hex screws in comparison to Phillips screws on the RadioMaster version. As for the internal components, besides the gimbals, they are pretty much identical. So on the right side, we've got the Eachine version, and on the left side, the RadioMaster version. And by the way, just like the latest version of the RadioMaster TX16S, the Eachine version is equipped with a second speaker, which is built into the back cover. Finally, the last feature of the Eachine TX16S is software related. The microSD card is preloaded with Eachine modules, which you can access using the model menu, and of course, it's especially useful in case you own one of these models. So overall, the Eachine TX16S is an improved version of the RadioMaster TX16S, which I really like, and I'm glad that instead of just rebranding it with the Eachine logo, they added some upgrades based on user feedback, although it could have been even nicer if it was shipped with a folding handle. In addition, currently the Eachine version is cheaper than the RadioMaster version, and in my opinion, this radio controller will give it the best value for its price in its category. I just hope that Eachine are going to provide you with the same level of customer service like RadioMaster, or that this radio controller is actually covered by RadioMaster. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you found it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section down below. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notifications bell if you're not already subscribed. See you on my next videos, and goodbye.